How's it going, guys? Atlas here, and today we're playing a little one-hit again, the Yawhg. It's a great game, honestly. If you haven't played it, I don't care. Just stop watching, go play it. It's amazing. The soundtrack's amazing. The whole concept's it's great. But basically, you pick characters, and you've got to go through your life as normal for like a month, and then there's an earth-shattering event that happens, and you basically got to use the skills you made in that 1 month to try rebuild. And it's, as you can hear, the soundtrack's amazing. It's one of them, like Life is Strange, that the music that really gets to you kind of thing. But yeah, we're gonna go straight into it. We'll use controller. Press any button. Here we go. We can select at least 2 characters. I'm gonna go for 3. I'm gonna punch it up. Not 4. I won't go 4 because 4's like you've obviously won the thing. We'll go Beardy. Yep. This guy and this girl. She seems like she knows what she's doing. And we'll go with them. The Yawhg will be here in 6 weeks, and no one expects it. Not a one of us. We just keep on living our lives, week by week, unaware. So yeah, we've got all these events we can do. So if we went to the forest, we could chop wood or hunt arena. There's loads. But each thing like increases either our physique, finesse, mind, charm, magical gains as well. And we basically want to get everybody unique in one way. So I think this guy, he's a bit of a brute, so we'll make him, we'll chop wood, we'll make him our big strong guy. You spend the week cutting down trees for the village. You gain 2 physique and earn yourself 1 well. One day you hear hundreds of footsteps rumbling through the forest in your direction. It's an orc raiding party. What do you do? Charm them in no, we have not got charm, we hide. You jump into a nearby ditch. Unfortunately, your bright clothing signals you to their presence, and they capture you. In your holding cell, you contemplate the weight of your own mortality. You lose 1 mind. The next morning, the orcs are all gone, and your cell is unlocked. What happened? What did happen? This chick, what should she do? He's a physique guy. I think she should be maybe finesse. Actually, maybe magic. Yeah, we'll make her magic. Brew some potions. You spend the week experimenting with different potion brews. You gain 2 magic and 1 mind. One day, all the alchemists decide to take a break from work and instead throw a cantrip party. One alchemist waves his hands and produces confetti in front of him. Another spawns a seemingly endless number of doves from his sleeves. Then all the alchemists turn to you to see what you can come up with. We'll do a simple trick. By snapping your fingers, you change your eyebrows' colour. Not bad, one of the alchemists say. You gain 1 magic. Smart. This guy's going to be our mind and charm guy. Hopefully, he's going to be the leader. And you'll know what I mean when we get through this. So he's going to meditate for his first week. You spend the week in deep meditation. You gain 1 magic and 2 mind. We want that for the mind. One day, a beggar comes up to you asking for any spare change. I don't have wealth. Can I go into minuses? You're also broke. You don't have any penny you could spare. You both sing songs together about your poverty. You gain 1 charm. Oh, at least we tried, I guess. That's something. They say the last time it came, the Yawhg devoured houses whole, stole lives, tore families and family members apart. But that was so very long ago. So yeah, this guy, we're going to take him to the arena. We're going to compete in fights. You spend the week fighting brutes in the arena. You gain 2 physique and 1 finesse. While wandering around the halls between matches, you spot your former lover, Kelly. An awkward exchange happens in which you want to know how they are doing without seeming to care too much, if I can speak. Sorry. After a few minutes, Gene, one of the most popular fighters in the arena, butts into the conversation. Hey Kelly, sorry to interrupt, but we've got to leave right away if we want to make it to your mother's in time. You say an awkward goodbye as they walk off and holding hands. How do you feel? You feel happy, feel extremely jealous? I think being jealous is pointless. We're happy. She's moved on. It's for the better. You feel it's good that both of you have moved on. This encounter, despite its awkwardness, was refreshing. You gain 1 charm. Who was she? She was a magic lady, wasn't she? So we need to get her magic up. So we go to... I think she should go to the gardens and meditate. You spend the week in deep meditation. You gain 1 magic and 2 mind. One day, a toothless old woman approaches you with a small magic boot. I'll say yes, because maybe she's a bit crazy if we say no. You don't have any money to pay her. Looks like you need to work a little more, she says, while walking away. On your way home that night, you find a small pouch of coins that somebody must have dropped. You gain 1 wealth. See? Good things can happen. Alright, this guy, he's our mind guy into charm. We need to get him to the palace and do administration works this week. You spend the week doing paperwork for the palace. You gain 2 wealth and 1 mind. One day, the king approaches you. Excuse me, but you look like someone I can confide in, he says. I really want a prince to take over the throne, but the queen and I aren't exactly active in the bedroom. He blushes a little. Do you have any advice on how I could romance the queen, so to speak? We're not very charming, to be honest. Admit that you don't know how to help. The king walks away disappointed. I think it was for the best, to be honest. It was honours in a heartbeat, or so the stories go. The earth shook. The air went still. Alright, this guy. I think we should go to the gardens and landscape. You spend the week maintaining the plants in the royal garden. You gain 1 finesse, 1 physique, and even earn yourself 1 wealth. One day, you come across an elderly man snoozing on the grass. You there, young person. He waves you over. I'm having an awful time trying to nap in the bright sun. Do you mind giving me some shade? Yeah, we're a big guy. Block the sun for the old man. Why not? Let's be nice. Ages seem to pass as you stand in the hot sun. The wizened old man sleeping peacefully in your shadow. The sun is sweltering, and after some hours, you begin to feel faint. Gradually, everything grows dark. When you awaken, it is evening in the garden, and an ancient gnarled tree stands where the old man was sleeping. For witnessing this miraculous event, you gain 1 magic. Well, not what we wanted, but okay. Excuse me. Alright, she's who is she? She's magic, isn't she? She's gonna have to go to the alchemy and brew some potions. You spend the week experimenting with different potion brews. You gain 2 magic and 1 mind. One day, while in the tower, one of the alchemists asks you to watch his potion while he's out. Soon after he leaves, the potion begins bubbling out of control. If you don't do something soon, it'll explode. We'll drink it. Maybe we'll get superpowers. You quickly drink the potion. Your stomach can't seem to handle the potion. Fire erupts up your esophagus, and for a solid minute, you're shooting a jet of fire from between your lips. That burns. You lose 2 physique. What a learning experience, though. You gain 1 mind. Okay. We need to get this guy's charm and mind up. To the tavern! Bartend! You spend the week serving drinks at the tavern. You earn 1 wealth and gain 2 charm. That's what we need. One day, a fortune teller sets up on the table. She offers to read anybody's fortune for a small sum. Why not? Be nice to know our fortune. Maybe we'll find out the Yawgh's coming. You spend 1 wealth. The fortune teller takes your hand and begins showering you with promises of love and wealth. She doesn't really go into any detail, and the whole time you can't help but feel that this is all an act. Underwhelmed and slightly poorer, you can't help but feel like you've wasted your money. That night, while walking home, the fortune teller runs up to you and gives you a kiss on the cheek. There's the love part, she says with a toothless smile. Then she hands you a giant sack of gold. There's the wealth, she says. You gain 2 wealth. Still think I'm a hack? And then the world was howling fury, chaos, screaming, the sound of all we knew being pulled in half. This guy. I'm gonna go to the slums. I'm gonna fight crime. You spend the week outsmarting and beating up criminals. You gain 1 mind, 1 physique, and 1 finesse. One night, a small child approaches you with his hands cupped and outstretched towards you. He doesn't say anything, but just looks up at you with wide eyes, waiting expectantly. Give him 1 wealth, why not? You toss him a sack of coins, you lose 1 wealth. He thanks you and walks away. The next night, you recognize him on the street. You spot him eating what looks like a fresh loaf of bread. He sees you and smiles. You feel good about yourself. You gain 1 physique. Hey! You gain 1 finesse. Hey! You gain 1 mind. Hey! Hey! And charm! And magic! Hey, that was good. We needed that. Magic lady. Is there any way we can get more magic? No, I think Alchemy Tower, she needs to stay there. Brew potions. You spend the week experimenting with different potion brews. You gain 2 magic and 1 mind. One day you hear cries for help coming from the next room. Running over to investigate, you see that the alchemists there have accidentally created an ooze monster. How do you dispatch the ooze? Punch the ooze into submission or blast it with magic? Blast the ooze with magic. You pulverize the ooze into a puddle with an array of magical spells. The alchemists all cheer. You gain 1 charm. This is our charm and mind guy. Gardens and... Actually no, we'll go to the palace and we'll attend a ball. You spend the week attending fancy gatherings. You gain 2 charm and 1 finesse, what we need. One day you accidentally bump into a Jew. Watch where you're going, filthy peasant. He shoves you out the way with his hands and continues walking. Passive aggressive response. That outfit looks really comfortable. He looks mildly insulted. Sick burn! You gain 1 charm. When it arrives this time, how will we fare? Will we once more rebuild? Move on? Be strong? Or have we forgotten? Physique guy. Go to the forest. And... we'll hunt. You spend the week hunting defenseless critters. You gain 2 finesse and sell the pelts for 1 wealth. One day you stumble upon a tall, nicely trimmed hedge in the middle of the woods. You sit and eat your lunch in front of it, in front of the hedge, wondering what exactly it is doing out in the woods. Suddenly, an enormous hand erupts from the foliage. Dodge it! Your reflexes allow you to duck just out of its grasp. You run faster than you have ever run in your life. You gain 2 physique. Yes, that's what we want. Magic lady, I'm sorry, you're not leaving that alchemy tower. You have no life! And brew more potions. You spend the week experimenting with different potion brewers. You gain 2 magic and 1 mind. One day you hear one of the alchemists shout, Eureka! When you look over to see what he has done, you spot a small, previously dead ferret come to life. I figured out the antidote to death, the alchemist exclaims. The undead ferret lets out a horrific noise and lumbers absolute slowly. Destroy that abomination! You smack the ferret off the counter and stomp until it starts twitching. The alchemist is horrified. You gain 1 physique. For the better, we're not having shit like that. We're going to go to the palace and do administration work. You spend the week doing paperwork for the palace. You're paid 2 wealth and gain 1 mind. One day you hear somebody shouting something in the hallway. There's a bomb in the palace! They scream. There is a mass panic as people try desperately to escape the palace walls. Locate and disarm the bomb. Do the right thing. You run deeper into the castle trying to figure out where the explosives are hidden. You manage to find them in the wine cellar. Disguised as barrels of wine, the bomb appears to be on a detonator that is controlled by powerful magic. You realize immediately you won't be able to figure it out. And get out of the building as quickly as you can. You're almost out when the bomb goes off. It is a huge explosion that knocks you through a wall. You lose 1 physique. The Yawhg. It's almost here. Almost. Almost. Physique. Chop some loaves. You spend the week cutting down trees for the village. You gain 2 physique and earn yourself 1 wealth. One day, during your forest excursions, you stumble upon a swarm of rats. At first, you jump backwards in shock, but then you start to hear them conversing with one another. They call you over. Excuse me, sir, one of them says in a high-pitched voice. Do you think you might be able to help us out with something? You see, we're trying to elect our new leader, but it seems our votes are completely tied. We're trying to decide between Seedpaw the Vengeful and Blightooth the Wise, say the rat. Seedpaw steps forward. If you vote for me, the rats will have a powerful leader, one who isn't afraid to take our fight to the enemy, proclaimed Seedpaw. Blightooth steps up. If you vote for me, good sir, I will lead these rats to an age of enlightenment, says Blightooth. Which rat do you choose? I think Wise is the wise choice. It's in the name. Blightooth the Wise. Half of the rats roar with tiny applause. Seedpaw bows his head and walks back into the mass of rats. Blightooth climbs upon your shoulder and whispers ancient secrets into your ear as thanks. You gain 1 mind and 1 magic. This guy is becoming quite versed in magic. It's gonna put you to your money. You just stay there. Do your brew potions. Don't move. You spend the week experimenting with different potion brews. You gain 2 magic and 1 mind. One day, a swarm of rats infest the building. They are biting everything in their way. Everyone else in the building flees immediately. What do? Blast them with magic! You wave your hands and produce volleys of fire to incinerate the rodents. Shooting all down those rats really improves your aim. You gain 2 finesse. I hope that wasn't Blightooth and the rats, otherwise that was awkward. Right, you need to get your mind up. Well, we can't go palace. I guess you gotta meditate. You spend the week in deep meditation. You gain 1 magic and 2 mind. One day, on your way home from the park, you come across a golden ring in the grass. This could be cursed, but we'll risk it. Upon placing the ring on your finger, orange glowing marks appear on the outside of the band. Is this the one ring? The markings unravel themselves from the ring and swirl in front of you. They form into what appears to be a fully armored ghost, radiating a beautiful orange light. The ghost turns to you and nods before walking away. The ring looks good on you. You gain 1 charm. The storm arrives in the night. By the morning it still rages. For 3 full days the tempest puts us through a grinder, drowns us, crushes us, ruins us. But then it ends. We see the graveyard our home has become. Our home. Does anything yet live? Are we past saving? I hope not. Right, this guy, we've built up his physique for a reason. He's going to be our builder. He needs to rebuild everything. You take it upon yourself to help rebuild the town by hand. You rebuild homes at breakneck speed, impressing the rest of the survivors. This helps the rebuilding effort significantly. She's our magic lady. She needs to become the conjurer. You take it upon yourself to help conjure up supplies for the town. With your magic, you summon supplies of the highest caliber. With little effort, you're summoning high quality lumber and food from out of nowhere. This helps rebuilding efforts significantly. And this guy is charm and mind. He's going to be the leader. You take it upon yourself to be the leader of the survivors. You expertly delegate and prioritize tasks. You give motivating speeches and act as an effective mediator in disputes. This helps the rebuilding effort significantly. I think we've knocked it out the park with it. I think 3 people was a little overkill, but it's nice to save the day, isn't it? Be the hero. And so, we set about our task once more, living our lives. This time in a way we might never have expected, or even wanted. But in the end, we flourished. Towers once wrecked and ravaged rose towards the sky. Trees again took root, then blossomed. We all blossomed. And though it took a long while, and though it took a lot from us, our future is bright. Should the Yawhg ever return, we will be ready. Hey. We sail to the sunset. After the town is rebuilt, you become leader of a hunting party. You become the town's main supplier of game meat and furs. You become extremely adept at killing defenseless animals. One day you spot a glowing blue fox in the woods. Upon seeing you, it crackles and runs off. You pursue it for what feels like hours, but to no avail. Capturing the laughing blue fox becomes an obsession for you. You spend every moment thinking of it. Its laugh, even while you sleep. It cackles, feels as if it burned into your brain. Well, that's a little sad. With the town fully rebuilt, you spend more and more time in the alchemy tower, where you belong. That was hard. Your potion brewing abilities quickly become among the best in the world. Your health and mana potions are considered world-class delicacies, with people venturing far and wide to buy them. But you never learn how to brew a love potion. Sorry about that. After the town is rebuilt, you go back to meditating in the park. You spend weeks at a time sitting in one spot, trying to cross another plane of existence. After years of attempts and self-sacrifice, you finally manage to cross over to the astral realm. You come to find that the astral realm is exactly like the normal world, except everyone's eyes are slightly smaller. You don't know how to get back home. Oh. Okay. We saved the day, but to what expense? Our own lives in the end? One obsessed, one alone, and one to be forgotten. After all we did? But the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, I guess. It's Spock for you. But thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. It's a really good game, and I do suggest you get it yourself. It is amazing. Great little game. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.